Good evening, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
and welcome to the Sort of Chaos podcast. Where the fuck's my cigarette, dude? Hold on. I'll be right. People aren't fucking live yet. Anyway,
Yeah. Hey, people. What you doing? Out of all things, you forgot your cigarette?
what can I say? I'm a forgetful fuck. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the podcast. Profesh. They're used to it. Don't worry, we'll improve the quality of this eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we need money, dog. And until we have the budget, we're going to do it rather than not do it. That's what we established.
Correct.
That's what the fuck's going to happen.
Correct, Mundo.
Correctamundo. What's going on, people? Today, I thought I'm going to read the reactions of the last podcast because I think we struck a nerve before YouTube had a chance to fuck us over, right? Fuck, dude, I can't fucking hear in these headphones. Last week, we made a live react video to Be a Lady, They Said. And I think it came out pretty good. It was chaos. The sound is bad. I think after 3 weeks, we finally managed to save the sound, right? So hopefully now, every 6 minutes, you won't hear those fucking little fucking noises. It literally took me lots of days, but one day to actually get it to work. I was happy. At least in the tests, it worked. And now hopefully you can hear us clear and it won't fuck up and you can re-see this without chaotic interruptions. For those of you who haven't seen it, please check it out. On this channel, you can find it also edited by Paul. It's a shorter version. It's a more concise. It also has examples. And the sound is perfect. So I definitely recommend Profesh as fuck. You're going to get us a YouTube strike, dog.
Nah.
Nah. So I'm just going to wait for people, at least for a few people to like get live, right?
We have 3 comments already.
What, by the same person? I appreciate the effort, dog. You know, making multiple accounts, logging in, making me feel like people's watching.
4 comments.
Oh, wait. Hercules. I'm going to change these headphones, dude. I regret spending 150 euros on this wireless investment.
I will not say those words.
It's so hard because I hear myself with a little delay and it's enough to fuck with my speech.
But hey, it's okay. You wear them enough for their money. I'm actually
Do you think I'm shitting money, dog? 150 euros for 2 podcasts? I don't think that's a good investment.
I honestly thought you were going to wear them once.
I'm going to wear them to sleep. And then hopefully, you know, they will pay for themselves. So we have a couple of people in comments. Did you guys see the episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm going to talk to the girls today. At least the girls in the comment. I think I struck a nerve in USA through the tags Paul put, and by the time YouTube had a chance to flag us, right? I think it went on a bit of trending. Listen, dog, we just restarted, right? So it was the average is like 1,000 views or something like that, and this one hit like
8 point something K.
Yeah, whatever, close to 10,000 in a week.
9.3K.
Whatever. It's as viral as we're gonna get, right? So I think it struck a nerve with the U.S. audience, mostly women, because all the hashtags and all the tags were, Me Too related and whatever the fuck Paul put. Whatever he did something good. It's the first video I have with dislikes. The only other video I had with dislikes, it was this prank I played once.
Magic from his fingers.
Yeah. So besides that prank, I never had like a more disliked video than liked, right? And this one is just, what is it?
It's 397 dislikes. and 70 likes.
Shit. I love it. I gotta confess, I love it. We're gonna read some of these comments, but you know, I have nothing against most of these girls, and in so many years of doing this, I kind of learned to not equate one comment to another. You know what I mean? Because that's why it's easy to build hate. You see a comment by somebody who is rational, and underneath that, there's maybe some kid, some girl kid, some boy kid, whatever the fuck, and they say some shitty things, and to you, they're two texts. They're similar. So in your mind, it's like the world is shit. So I'm beyond that. Like I'm not gonna yell at these girls, hopefully. But I'm curious to read them. I think I responded to a couple of them because it was fresh off the bakery. But yeah, if you are gonna share the fucking episode, if you haven't seen it yet, please make sure to share the original one, right? Because, like I said, the live one was more chaos than sorting of. So yeah.
Someone said, women like Becky got offended. Oh, so nice.
Becky.
So sad, actually.
This must be like a old school fan. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
she seems pretty young.
The problem with what just happened is that the audience, like, you guys are used to me, and you know I can like debate the shit out of a subject until it's not fucking like, okay, we get it, fucking. But you've seen that throughout many years and episodes and all that shit. So directly to a new audience, I realize I don't like my fucking face either, dog. I think I want to punch myself sometimes. I get it. I need to warm up to people. It took me like, I took offense to it up until I was 20, right? And then I was like, wait a minute. I think your face is stupid, right? But I think we made some fair points. But for the ladies who didn't get the context, I didn't just repeat all the shitting I've done on men all these years, right? Because I always fuck us too, right? It's just about complaining. That's what that commercial was. My what is it? Gripe with that commercial was. Yeah. Let me just get some new headphones, and we can say hi to the people. Oh, there's some comments.
The girl said she's 35 and then corrected herself and said 34. Good job on knowing your age. I told Joanna before we started that I will make a supple like a sign to her if I'm very hot. So, but it's hard.
How about you go open the window?
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to get Paul high here. Unless, he wants that, but obviously we're not friends. So hang tight. No, dude, just go in front of the fucking... Paul just crawled down like a professional. Like a professional worm. Love it. I appreciate it. Oh, now you look who doesn't care. So tell the people how you've been, Paul.
I've been very good today. I actually didn't start today. Didn't start gym again today. Started last week, but today was the first serious workout, and my body was just like not responding. But I felt very good after, and the whole day I was energized and felt very good and positive. And I actually forgot since last summer when I quit gym. I forgot how it feels, and it feels good, man. Can't wait you to go back.
Paul's in that state where, you just go to the gym once and you kind of like start to get back at it, and his muscles are a bit swollen, you know what I mean? And the whole work day today, he was just passing the mirror, kind of like pausing for a second. Like,
of course.
Look at this shit.
If you go to the gym, be proud of yourself, feel good, and go to the gym more. Also, I think I scared a lady today because I was like...
It's called another lady, Paul. I scared another lady.
Another lady. I was doing dips, and my trainer was like, "Come on, you can do it, you can do it." And I was like, "No, I cannot do it." And I was like actually screaming like
in the gym,
an animal, yeah. And I think I actually spit on myself from screaming, and the lady was like, I'm not coming to the gym again.
I want a refund.
We have 10 lei.
Ooh.
Boom.
You know what's funny, dog? Can you say the name of the person he's paying us?
Rudy Teo.
Oof. Thank you, Rudy. You know what's funny? I haven't logged into my AdSense since like 2016 or 15 or something like that because all my videos are demonetized. That's why I don't get into trending or ever did because I have a potty mouth and sometimes I use good music, but the money goes to the artist. So I don't see why it should affect my trending. Like a real way back old school fan of mine and a dude I also met. He told me he thinks this channel might be blacklisted. Like, what is it? Shadow banned, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's shadow banned. Or it's a little smidge of shadow banned, but I don't know. I think it's mostly like I'm not trying to. I bitched about algorithms and shit, but it's a puerile world we live in, or at least I don't know. At least it's puerile when nobody's jerking off to a hardcore porn. You know what I mean? Like everybody's emptying their demon, and then they come up high almighty and shit. So okay, the algorithms, whatever, potty mouth. I'm not supposed to say, swear words. It's better than it's me than it to make it all sanitized, right, guys? So I'm counting on you to fucking spread it word of mouth because these algorithms won't help. Except you just hacked it, right? Because we have to put the tags before the algorithm has chance to flag us for inappropriate language or some fucking the music in the commercial, which they also flagged us for. But again, what the fuck can you do? They're not human. They're algorithms. They're trying to keep all this fucking huge amount of content live. So it's still sad though because you have the right to criticize. It's in the law, right? So theoretically, how the fuck can you criticize a commercial as a whole without actually showing the music and stuff? It's not the complete piece that you criticize if you just show the video, right? So whatever. I get it, but it sure would be nice if YouTube Romania at least would have reached out once or twice to just be like, come on, dude, how can we help you optimize all this shit? Like, you help any other vlogger, YouTube Romania, right? You send, you exchange contacts, you reach out, I heard at least, I heard through my colleagues, they have, I never had at least one contact or something. It would have been nice. But, hopefully this will grow. Hopefully Durex Romania will fucking finally, notice us too, because goddamn it, I want to see the people in Romania trying to speak this type of content in this type of way. I don't think we're narrow-minded people. We crack a joke or two. We're supposed to make it funny too, right? It would have been nice if Durex also saw us. And I'm depressing myself, Paul.
Nah, just don't worry about it.
But yeah, thank you for that, dude. I have to log into my AdSense account again.
Raluca asked if Patreon is working.
Yeah, Patreon is working. Unfortunately, it's a dump in the sense that I haven't
touched it.
Yeah, there is. I think there's about $63. I just posted for the first time in months, like a couple of days ago, and Paul will in the next few weeks will get in there and kind of rearrange everything. And what I want to do,
dive in.
What I want to do is maybe have literally private podcasts with you guys if you guys want to,
in Romanian.
If they want to in Romanian, if they want to in English. I had a couple of, they eventually seeing that I don't fucking put out content for a while, they backed down, but I had a couple of people who were on Patreon who weren't from Romania. So maybe, we can do a little special thing if it can be in Romanian every now and again. I would really like to reach out like that because I read sometimes the stupidest comments, like, why the fuck wouldn't I take time to read the people who support us, right? So we'll definitely get into that. It's live. And also this YouTube stuff. I also we forgot we had this monetization thing turned on that you can send what the AdSense thing, but we'll figure it out eventually. You guys got to understand, we also work. We have clients that count on us, and sometimes, and most of the times, things don't turn out as planned. So we're always on a run to like keep this boat afloat, while it's making time to also talk to you guys and growing this, because I was never self-sustained for this, and maybe it's like a dream, to make good enough content to be able to sustain yourself just from that.
Good enough, just not perfect enough content.
I don't know. I think we do have good work, and also my work in the past, I think it's half decent. But what you gonna do? Have a stupid face and a stupid mouth.
Is it possible to let us know when it's good to go, the Patreon? Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah. You can still like add. You can support us
You
there.
can give us money. We don't mind.
Give us money. No, it's still live. I'm just saying nobody actively went. There must be like 60 times, a few months, went in there and like subtracted the money. I also used to give 10% of it when I used to extract it from to charity. But I usually did kind of I didn't just send it to an account or some shit. I haven't done this in a while, actually, like a long while. But I used to just pull out some money and like buy a bunch of shopping. And I told you guys the story when I went with to the like handicapped kids hospital, and I heard all sorts of stories from the nurses there, for people visiting just to make fun of those kids and all that shit. So I really liked that part where maybe a part of that income, like I always have this, like what you can't do with a fucking $1,000. If you can't do something that's worth $1,000 with $900, you're fucking like try harder, right? So what's 10%? Fucking yeah, it would be nice. So Patreon is live, but it will be live and with exclusive content once Paul gets his long fingers in there. His alien fingers. Did you guys see the alien episode? I like the thumbnail. Paul's handling the thumbnails now. He's doing his best.
Making it double alien because I already have long fingers.
All right, stop fucking telling the girls you have like potentially a big dick. I don't know if you do. Probably don't.
It's not for me to say.
Let's just say he doesn't have a chair right now. He's just balancing on his nutsack. So should we get? If people say something else, we should take a couple of questions.
What do you do for a living? I think this, like you already said, we have clients, so I might as well.
Yeah, but people don't tune in every podcast. So me and Paul have a production house. We work with people from Los Angeles. We also work with people from Romania, but not exclusively, just project based. And I'm a producer. He is my co-editor, right? We also shoot. Actually, we're gonna start putting our commercial work here, and the clients we're proud of to have as clients, right? With their permission, we'll talk about them and all the making of and behind the scenes, because I think it might be interesting for you guys, at least from the perspective of producing, or those curious to earn a living from this domain, right?
And also like fun for us and fun for somebody who wants to see our reaction to our work.
Yeah, we have a couple of projects we're proud of. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna show them off once they're done, and you guys can see. But yeah, we do that. Yes, Paul work here in the studio. We can extend our team if it's larger projects or whatever the hell. But usually it's just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it.
Just the two of us.
Me and Paul don't know the lyrics to songs, but sometimes as we edit him at his desk and me at my desk, we start just
jamming.
We just start a song and we kind of know the first two lyrics, and then we make up stupid words.
Boy band. The next project, boy band.
Okay, they get it. It's Guy Love. Guy Love, don't compromise. And he scrubs fans out there. Come on, guys. It's one of the best fucking comedy shows ever. Let's get into these comments, dude. What did the people say? Did they saw the fucking episode we posted a couple of days ago? That's the edit of last week's podcast.
No comments about that.
Nobody gives a shit. Whatever, dude. That's America's problems. Dude, listen. Even if you're Romanian, dog, like I'm telling you, and I've told you this in 2015, to Romania, it's only like 2 or 3 years behind the outrage that's in America.
More years. 5.
I usually say 5, but I've wanted to force it right now a little bit, right? So you're tripping. But yeah, I would say we should discuss these things before they become an issue, because you know what? They're going to become an issue with us if, if we don't address it. Not just in this podcast, but whatever.
I saw a picture with Cosman presenting a CBD oil. Has he used it?
I have used it. It's effective. I haven't rebought it though. I don't even think I finished my dose. I didn't use it consistently enough to swear like, wow, this is a life changer or anything. But I definitely see the potential. More with me, it's more about consistency. Like usually, because I'm an insomniac since I was a kid, right? So melatonin works for me, and that at the same time with the melatonin, the CBD oil I showed you guys worked fucking great. But therein lies the problem, because actually, my stupid brain, when it's time to take them, it finds all sorts of excuses to not take them. I have work for a client, which sometimes I do, so I don't take it. But even if when I don't, right, I'm like, I should work a little bit. Maybe I'll work a little bit on music, just learn a bit more music, right? Do a couple of covers or try to like fiddle with the settings and trying to learn. Maybe play a game, like maybe write a script or whatever the fuck I want to try. So it's always like I find these excuses not to go to sleep, and then my brain goes into child mode. What about 1 a.m.? Like, you should go, but if I listen, dude, if I get 6 hours, I'm good. But I never even get those usually. So it's really starting to fuck up with my life. So actually, I'm gonna start taking the CBD again in tandem with the melatonin too.
I'm gonna hold you up to that.
I did the most fucking childish thing ever, but I actually had my girlfriend talking about being a man and assuming responsibilities. Fuck that. I'm vulnerable. Sometimes I need some help, and she, like the sweetest fucking girl she is, she's like, what can I do for you? And I'm like, I don't know, baby. It's just too much pressure nowadays. A few fucking things went wrong. I have a lot of things I tackle. I'm like, fuck it. Let's. One thing you can do for me is every night at 10, show me that melatonin pill. But don't just, pull it out of the fridge. Just take it into my face. And I know it's like a little gesture. I'll tell you if I don't want it or I don't need it. But there's another kind of bridge there. I don't want to just for my fucking girl into my mommy or anything. You always have to be careful with that line, right? But in this case, I was like, fuck it. Don't also I wanted to take my own advice from the last podcast and stop being a man, right? Like, I'll handle this. If you're repeating the same mistakes, then you're stupid, right? Like, nothing's gonna expecting it to change. What was that fucking thing? That's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same fucking thing. So at least if she's presenting the fucking melatonin pill to me, I can actually make an honest question, not because of her or the way whatever, right? Like, she understands, but because of me, I'm like, okay, let me seriously ask this question about me. Do I need to be at 5 a.m. like my eyes dripping, brain off, like those 5 minutes that it was supposed to be 2 a.m. turned into 5, I don't know where. So she did, and I got a pretty good last, as much as I could, because I still, right.
I can see the difference today. I could see the difference.
Yeah. So I got a good sleep. I fucking woke up in a good mood. I fucking washed my hair. I was like, fuck it. It's amazing with some energy. I don't know how you. I'm envious on people who function right. But also I should make an effort. So I'm not trying to bitch here. But yeah, I took my own advice last week and I showed a little bit of sensitivity, and hopefully it'll go great. Today I had a good mood, like I said. I hope it holds on after these fucking comments.
Good job. I
also cooked it. I love cooking when I cooked an avocado and salad and fucking 1 egg dish at lunch. It feels good not to feel gassy. Sorry guys. Right?
Bro, I'm a vegan. The first year was just a gas nightmare.
Was it? Why? Because a lot of vegan shit gives you gas?
Yeah, once you...
I mean, I know peas and stuff does, but...
Once you turn vegan and the body adapts and your stomach adapts, you are gassy as fuck. Like, anything you eat, you're just like a fucking balloon all the time.
So you got a lot of girls complaining, spend the night over not knowing you don't want it to like hold in your farts for fucking 8 hours. Having, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. Why did you start the shower and just keep it on for 30 minutes? Shh.
Because I was farting to infinity and beyond.
Yay.
So should we get started? I mean, I'm obviously in a good mood, so I want to keep this podcast going, but let's not waste people's time. If they have some more questions in the comments now.
They have some more questions.
Hit me. Let's talk to the people before we get to the part that's going to make me yell.
Broke up with my girl after 7 good months. Are they 7 good months or 7 solid months? And lately she was down all the time and bipolar to the point where I wasn't putting up with it. How to handle that in the future? Worth to get in touch with her again and see what's up, or just move on and enjoy things while they last?
I don't know what bipolar means, because I know we throw these fucking ADD bipolar words around, and then when you actually meet one of these persons,
maybe she's just stressed out.
I know what she means. Like she was moody and like in the Be a Woman commercial, like be a man. Like you can't satisfy, right? Like it's too hot, it's too cold, the soup's too, So I don't know, man. I guess we need more context. But if it's just 7 months, and I always need to know age, because that matters so much, and I also need to know what does bipolar mean, right? Because I don't know. Maybe you make her bipolar, right? Because I had a few relationships, right? And as much as the girls were quote unquote whores, right? I was the biggest whore, right? Or maybe I started the thing that pushed them on. And maybe I didn't have the balls to tell her that all I wanted from the start was sex, and that opinion never changed. But then I kind of felt bad about being with them. And then I was shitty up to the point, like the pussy way out, right? Like the man should fucking like man up and be like, listen, I'm wasting your time and wasting my time. I was a kid. I never said I was perfect. I made a lot of mistakes like everybody, but yeah. Was it that situation? Did you she wanted commitment, you weren't clear, then you kind of let her on, then she started acting out. Maybe she was needy from the beginning. Was she a hurt girl? Does she have commitment issues? Do you have commitment issues? You know what we got to set up here, guys? We have this mixer here, the Rodecaster Pro. This motherfucker has the ability to connect to phone up to this. And now I got the new iPhone, what is this? Like 11 Pro Max, whatever the fuck it is. And now I have my old phone free. So I just need to get a SIM card, and we can literally have you guys call us and you can hear yourselves in the podcast. So that'll be cool to have live calls.
Yeah, it would.
And then we can actually have discussions. And even if you guys start to swear whatever the fuck, we're gonna see how it goes, right? Like, let's do this. But we have a lot of plans. Well, let's put that down.
But that's not, I don't think that's too hard. It's actually just a post away. Post your phone, your number from the other phone. Yeah, I got
a new SIM for that fucking thing.
Yeah, okay. Trip to Obor and back and...
No, but it's also a question of moderation, dude. I mean, we'll have to like change this delay to be not 5 seconds or whatever the fuck it is now. It has to be more instant, and even that person that's calling us has to turn down the volume to kind of be real time. So by the time you learn when to cut the fucking people off, because they're just,
Another option is use the number. They should use the number to send WhatsApp messages, and we will browse through them and we will pick some. But yeah, phone is like a live call is more interactive.
WhatsApp messages, if they're interested enough, obviously the interested people right now. So,
true.
And we're communicating with them. I don't think WhatsApp, this is not Kiss FM or whatever the fuck. Or it is. I want it to be. Hey, boo boo. I'm smarter than the average bear. Yeah.
1900 man.
I want to hear the people. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. It's fun. I think the phone is not gonna be a problem in the beginning with the volume of calls, right, Paul?
Too many calls. We I got 2 phones.
Maybe if all the people who are live now call it once, maybe it will make enough to ring once for this fucking. That makes no sense, but so is your face. Guys, watch Scrubs. What the fuck's wrong with you? Come on. I wanted to make like a top 10 comedy list you should watch if you like my shit, right? My top 10 shows. I think BoJack Horseman made the top 10 list. It ended. I'm sad. I'm gonna force this fucking Paul. Sorry, Paul. I'm gonna force him to like tie him down to a chair with his fucking eyelids open and make him watch all the good shows. He knows nothing about good shows.
I watched Community. I watched.
You have a good Community also. Donald Glover.
I started watching Silicon Valley,
not
but
Donald Glover. Donald, what is it? Childish Bambino.
Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Yeah. And I think another one from you, but I forgot what one. You have to watch Peaky Blinders. Told you.
Dog, I'm trying to, but I will someday. I've seen all the Sopranos and what is it? I saw. What's the HBO one with the like hood stuff? Like it's the highest rated show of all times on IMDb. The Wire, dog. Like I saw The Wire. I like all these movies, but my heart still lies with Boardwalk Empire. I'm sorry, motherfuckers. I have a quote from Boardwalk Empire on my hand. Well, before I knew it was in Boardwalk, but still. Like Boardwalk Empire is my go-to mafia movie. It has style. It's very well written. It has a nice pace, and Steve Buscemi is great, right? Like you would think like the roles that made him famous, but through that show, he proved he has reached. So yeah, I will give Peaky Blinders a chance to. There's so much shit though, right? I mean, I guess we're part of the problem, right, Paul? But there is so much shit, and once you have like your own business and stuff, not you watch it, but you conserve your energy. Like now, I'm watching with my girlfriend. I'm rewatching because if you love a girl, guys, what do? You will rewatch the best fucking shows that you watched during your lifetime with her. So she understands what your comedy like style is, right? So. What did I watch with my girlfriend? And she's in front of me now. What's up, baby? What's going on? Let's recap what we saw. So we saw Community, right? We saw Scrubs. We saw what? Lost. Yeah, but that's not a comedy. We're talking comedy, right? And I didn't even show her the last season of Lost because I just didn't want to disappoint her, which she saw until season 6, but whatever. We saw The Office, which she hasn't seen. We saw 30 Rock, which, Tina Fey, come on, she's a great comedian. Also Amy Poehler in Parks and Recs. We also resaw. I resaw all of them. And I'm sure there's a bunch of others. We tried Futurama for a few episodes, but we're not there yet. You know what I mean? And that's my highest rated show of all times in my heart. It would be really sad if my girlfriend was in front of me and going, no, but she's not like that. So that's nice. Listen, baby, if I hear Asia Express in the background, you're watching fucking Futurama. Whatever the fuck, girl, dude, watch whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, I'm saving that kind of like energy to kind of like see it with her. So there's not much time for discovery. One of my oldest homies, right, online, Cerberus is his name. It's his stage name. He's a singer. He asked me, he just launched his first album. And I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm probably not seeing this live, but I just didn't get the fucking chance to get it. Even like, I'm a slow guy. I dissect fucking things a lot. So for me to ask me to just listen to this album, I have to be in that mood. Like for one Atmospheres album, they launch an album every like couple of years, right? It literally takes me another year to listen to that album because I take every song and kind of dissect it and I try to understand. It's all about the lyrics for me. So if I just skim through it, it would be unfair to you, especially because I know you've been a homie and you supported me all the years. So Cerberus, check out the album. I wish I had the fucking name. It's live now. It's also on YouTube, I believe. I'll come back with it next time and I'll plug it for you, buddy. And yeah, I'll definitely give it a listen, but give me a chance here. I need to maybe go on vacation or an airplane ride or something. I'll soon listen to it. But yeah, Romanian rapper homie. I love that he finally put his mind to it and now has this album. Oh yeah, and did I finally say what I'm watching right now? Right now I'm watching the most underrated fucking shows of all time. Show of all time. It's Arrested Development, dog. It's very good. It's also up there in the high-ranking shows of my comedy knowledge. Right, it's very good. Sorry. Yeah. What did people watch? Oh, so yeah, Peaky Blinders. To answer your question, I'll get to that eventually, but I need to get myself into a Cockney mood. Like they speak British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still in that American Al Capone, Boardwalk Empire type of mood. So I saw it. I resaw Boardwalk Empire again too with my girl. She loved it. So yeah.
Peaky Blinders is very good. Really, really good.
Well, right back at you, motherfucker. You watch Boardwalk Empire. It's only 5 seasons, and it's
Okay.
HBO, so it's like 10 episodes per season.
And somebody said, what about Umbre?
I saw Umbre Sezonul 1, season 1, right? When it came out, which was, I think, 2015, 16, something like that. I thought it was very good for Romania, and I also know somebody who worked on that. Like, but it was... the actor, what's his name? Yeah, Varu. Varu
Yeah.
is the shit, right? Like, he's a very good actor. I think the format, the actual show is imported from Australia, so the actual script of season 1 was a translated, adapted clone of the actual script that it was for the original show, which I believe was Australia. Maybe I'm wrong. And that was very good, but I never got around to seeing the second season. I'm pretty proud of the first season. It came out great. I'll give that a chance too eventually. I actually recommended it to my girl to check out Umbre for 1 season. It's definitely compelling. Yeah, but what is it now? Season 3 or 4?
I think so. I never watched it, so I don't know.
You should
But
give it a chance too. I mean,
I know, but I just start like the app, like the HBO Go app, and I see something, and it really depends on my mood on what I watch then. Because the last show I watched was The Darrells, which is a show about like an English family between the wars. Single mom with 4 kids, and she moved from England to Greece, to an island,
okay.
and it's all like feel good, and they adapt to the culture, Greek culture, and it's a comedy, a feel good comedy, light.
What is it called?
The Darrells.
Darrells,
The
D-A-R.
Durells, I think.
Nice spelling.
Hey.
I mean, I think. I don't know the name of the show.
Yeah. But it's very. Have you seen A Good Year, the movie with Russell Crowe?
I must have. Is it the one when he's a genius?
No, it's the one when
Oh,
where
that's a beautiful. No,
he's a broker, and he goes to his dead grandpa's mansion in France to. No,
that doesn't ring a bell.
yeah, but if you watch that movie, it's the exact same feeling, but in a show. It's very good.
Maybe some people who worked on that worked on this. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of shows, dog. At a certain point, you have to like take life, and when you have yourself time, like I said, plan rather than just opening the TV or whatever the fuck. Just opening. Even YouTube is dangerous now because you search for a picture of or something, I don't know, a video of how to fix a toilet, and then it thinks that you're interested in fucking toilets and the top 10 history of toilet facts. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. I do give a shit because it's a toilet, but not on YouTube, right? Like, give me a break, YouTube. Change your fucking algorithms. It's turning us. It also has a feedback loop, like, and it's stupid. So plan your content, because if you're gonna waste time, at least waste it good.
Hey, by the way, somebody said title, responding to.
Yeah, how about we get to the
yeah,
fucking...
let's
we
get to
started
it.
talking about movies and shit. Like, I'm in a good mood, so that's why I'm blabbering. So hit me with
You
the
don't want to
fucking-
hate now. just
there's no
say-
hate here. So hit me with a few good comments.
Okay. You guys have missed the point so drastically here that I wouldn't even know where to start. Fair enough. The stuff this amazing video mentions are a lot deeper than you think, and it's not attacking men, it's bringing to light how women are viewed and treated in society. Listen to our experiences instead of always trying to deny and invalidate them. We are not making this shit up.
Okay, so I had this complaint in one form or another. I didn't miss the point that it's targeted towards women. The women who saw this video missed our point, which was even a friend of mine wrote to me on Instagram and said, like, it's not just the men who say it, it's the women, it's our mothers, it's our sisters, right? It's our aunts, like, be a lady. And I totally get it. All I was saying in that clip was we also have that. You understand, girls? Like, I was taking punches from my dad when I was in between him and my mom. You understand this? I had "you're not a man" yelled out to me from different reasons. The only difference is we don't get to complain. We don't get to make if I make be a man, they said they'll probably catch some traction because be a lady, right? But if I would just put that clip up without this existing, nobody would give a shit. Be like, what? You already own the world and own this shit. So because we're not allowed to complain. So I'm not coming at you girls with hate in this. Yeah, I'm cocky or whatever. I'm a comedian. I try to make it funny too as much as I can, right? So take a stick up from up your ass. It's not that harsh, but of course I get it. I think I must have, like, I'm not. I've been around violence and all that shit enough to, like, I was always like it left me cold when I saw a girl trying to like use force and stuff after, like, you're honest with her, like, listen, I can kill you. I have my dad's gene in me, man. I just want to break the chain, you understand? Maybe his dad was harsh on him. Oh, he was, right? And my dad has some good sides too. And like I said, between my mom and my dad, they were toxic for each other at some point because nobody talked to them, their parents, or some fucking, like, you guys are like privileged in this kind of way because you have people to resonate with you and you feel like you're not alone. They didn't have that shit, so they went at it. My mom was no saint by her own admission. She would throw ashtrays at his head and all this shit, right? But at the certain point, he had this monster. When it comes, he didn't have maybe nicotine. Or he had nicotine too because he died of lung cancer. But he had alcohol. That was his escape, right? Like, weed is for me, maybe. I can see the parallels in how he lived his life and understand more of his things. And he told me we had that pressure from men too. And as men who try to, like, stay balanced, it doesn't sound like we're so privileged. Like I said, as far as modernized countries goes, I wasn't trying to diminish the message of feminism and in its proper way, not misandry, which is the extreme cases, girls trying to swing the pendulum in the other direction. But of course, fucking, you think we're making fun of #MeToo? Just like, of course, Me Too brought up some fucking horrifying things, but there's no, like, justice for Johnny Depp, right? Like, how many other women don't just fake all sorts of things? And, like, you're as evil as we are. You're human, and there's no hate towards that except for the people who deserve it, men and women. Like I said, 75% of us, I think we're shit, and I honestly, not fake modesty, don't think I'm part of the 25% that leads humanity forward. So we got to learn to get along, men and women, the 75%. And yelling at each other won't solve it. But also, you understand, I get it. Girls are treated like shit by men who maybe they won't talk better, but I'm not trying to find excuses for serial killers or whatever the fuck, right? I'm not trying to find excuses for men that don't even try. There are a lot of men and women who had all the chances and they never tried, right? So let's not build a pedestal for them, but also, like, they see that shit and then they see people like you and me who try, right? And then when we try to justify our feelings that we're not allowed to, like, then they jump at us with full throttle, just trying to take our fucking heads apart. But you gotta understand, ladies, in a way, men like me and Paul, and I'm not gonna speak for Paul, but at least like me who try, I'm no fucking saint and I'm playing modest. I'll treat any, like, in the past, I treat girls who treated me bad, badly. But if it got too extreme, I tried to be the bigger man and walk away, as long as I was pleased with myself. So I'm definitely not a saint, but if you yell at guys like us, we don't feel very privileged because why? We don't activate our instinct. My dad's genes in me to like fucking hit, right? First instinct when like, oh, fucking hit. I suppress that. It's still in me just because I don't do it. And I'm sure there's a lot of parallel with other characteristics. Like I don't do it. The equivalent for you girls when it comes to our strength is your looks, right? So when we see girls fucking just using just their bodies, like just their looks, just to obviously manipulate, and the men who are around them just tell them exactly what they want to hear because they want to fuck them. The women kind of like pretend that they're their friends and all this shit. And you're just trying, and everybody's fucking yelling at you, and all the campaigns are going like, "Oh, you men, white privilege or whatever." You don't start to feel very privileged because you still come home from work and the fucking world is yelling at you, and we don't get to complain. Not that that's what I meant through that video. Not that these reactions from women aren't valid, but at a certain point when you start quoting opposites, we have opposites. So basically, and also the way it's as an editor, like, and I also pointed it out in the edited version, it says man cook his dinner. It has this one shot where there's this like cook his dinner, and there's this just the head of the guy sitting on a chair, and just a girl like kind of doing this slow-mo motion like he's twisting in his head. And better believe I'm going to use the opposite of that shot when I will do Be a Man, they said, and let's see the reactions I'll get there if I'll put a woman's head and it's just her head and my hands going in slow motion like this, like I'm ripping her head apart, even symbolically, right? So don't tell me that wasn't my problem with that fucking thing. Was that it was divisive. It does, and I'm glad if it helps a young girl who's confused yet about it and she thinks, and she deals with her problems. I'm glad it helped. I will never piss on that, right? And the girls who are familiar with my shows know that. But there's a little line where you're like, okay, this is pandering, and I don't feel very privileged or none of this shit. So why the fuck don't we get to stop complaining? That's just I don't want to spoil the ending for the sketch I'm gonna do, right, for Be a Man, but it will basically end with this. So if you're tired to be called to be a lady, then be a fucking man for once and stop complaining, right? With campaigns like this, that's how it's gonna end. Maybe a bit more. Maybe I'll unite it for a better message. But yeah, stop. If you're trying, we're told to be a man in so many ways, and we're supposed to take a lot of things. So it's hard all around for people who try. People who fucking try. And I mean try, right? And you can't try every time. You're in different periods of your life. You think I try every day to be, I'm one of these quoters, every day to be you try to keep it consistent, but sometimes you don't, and you got to give yourself that break too. Sometimes your family comes first, all your problems, you need to focus so you don't have time for the shit. But you try, and then you try to bring it back, fight back the instinct. I would have, if I was 20 now, I would have had fucking 6 holes of punches in these thin walls that I live in my new studio here. But no, I'm fighting that, and it's a constant fight. It'll never go away. I didn't receive this. It's in my genes. You understand? My dad had that rage, and maybe he passed it on to me when, he was throwing punches. But I'm trying to break the chain. So that's a pressure. I can't fucking complain. And I don't think I would respect myself if I complain too much. I complain now in this context, and of course I'm not afraid to say it. I heard it somewhere else, and I felt like I belonged when I heard some people share it, right? So I'm not afraid of that. But it's there's equivalence, right? And we don't get to complain. I keep repeating myself. I think I addressed this comment. Give me some other comments. I know most are in this direction, but I'm interested in the subtleties of them.
Okay. Do you want to keep sticking to an hour?
No. Let's do like 1.5 today. Because last time it was 60 minutes or something, 40 minutes. But yeah, now I'm in a good mood. Still.
Oh, boys, I could type so much. These are things we grow up listening to. All of it from anyone. You babies are also victims of the same monster. It is amazing how defensive you get when you when something is really not about just you. I just wish you learned this in the future, not because someone told you, but because you saw it and you go, oh, right.
What a nice comment. It's the same idea that was
Yeah.
reflected in the last comment, but said it more like I said, these women, they're from America, so they don't know the content I produced or the talks I had with my girls on the channel, right? That are women now, I think. Shit. But yeah, that's a very well and sweetly put way of saying the same thing. I reflect the same ideas as before. We can't complain, and sometimes maybe you should lay low on calling every guy white privilege, whatever. Because if the guys on us, like us, if you yell at us, then we'll turn to the other side and we'll join the fucking angry man. We'll find reasons to. So try not to. If a guy's an asshole to you, fuck him. Tell him what the fuck you have to say. Like, be proud, but also be careful, right? And also, this is the idea that I keep repeating for years and years. Like, it's a core idea. They should teach it in school. The girl, a little girl and a little boy on the 16-year-old little girl and little boy sitting on the couch now, they're watching YouTube. Like, they don't know any different, right? So if you call like, you're white privileged cunt, Nazi, whatever the fuck they call people now. If he's 16 and maybe he's full of rage and maybe his dad fucking beats him, whatever, you throw him on the other side even before you give him a chance. So stop equating people in the comments, right? Like this lady obviously said it more nicely, and like I said, I fully understand the woman's point. So you girls go ahead and spit on me. I don't give a fuck. I'll catch it, spit it right back. No, I won't. Come on. Another comment.
What the fuck are you talking about? I love this video, and it simply highlights the many contradictory, real extreme pressures put on women in today's society. Yes, there could be one for men. Why don't you make it? Yeah. Don't you
Yes,
agree?
ma'am.
Don't
Yes,
you
we will.
agree that the contradictory statements highlighted in this video are all real statements that have to be processed and circumvented?
Circumvented.
Okay. Circumvented by women in today's society. This video was made by both men and women, by the way. That doesn't mean nothing. Speak to your mother, girlfriend, sister, female cousin, aunt, female colleagues, etc., and get their collective viewpoints. Don't feel attacked by this video. No one is saying that men don't have similar, but I think generally
Yeah.
less extreme expectation of their role as a man in today's society, are they? Is it not absolutely
Is this the same fucking comment?
no. Yeah. Is it not absolutely factual that women have I feel like I'm
Go
taking
ahead.
my master degree speech. Is it not absolutely factual that women have had to fight both for their equality of status and opportunity, and they are still not there yet?
In some countries, definitely, as a world majority, and even what's happening in our countries. Like I always advise colleagues of mine, like don't just blow in the asses of everybody, because what you think is modernized countries is only like the urban area, at least in my country, Romania, and in a lot of countries. And then the rural areas, they're like, they don't matter. Yeah, no, they're the backbone of the country, dog. They make the agriculture and everything. So, well, whatever is not privatized by corporations in other countries, but so I never disregard the little guy, right? This lady is reflecting the same sentiments. I have the same answer. I thought it was obvious. I think I mentioned it a few times, and especially in the edited version, guys can see how like there are parts who sting, right? But I don't disregard. No hate towards you, lady, right? Whatever the fuck, I feel it. Like, but again, safety is something that that you should take care of. But as long as I'm not a violent man, it's in modernized countries, it's a pretty even field. And I've worked in corporations too. I worked for Procter and Gamble, right? That's one of the big 5 corporations of the world, and there was no discrepancy there. And like most of my managers were women, right, and capable women, right? No disrespect to their ability, but I don't feel like, and they were paid well. So no, I don't think so. In modernized countries, no. And if there is a discrepancy, definitely is. It'll never disappear because sex is in our balls and in our ovaries, right? So it's hormone. It's our dark side, that hate, that envy, that will always creep in society. But I'm just saying, there's as many women who maybe undercut men for jobs, and I know an example, but that's not nice to point out, right? Uh, so yeah, so I don't think I think it's fair. It's fair game, and you always have stupid men, but you also have stupid women, right? That judge. So who gives a fuck? You just go ahead, plow, be the best, the best you can be as a girl and as a man, and fuck the noise, right? Chin up. I don't know if I answered that question.
This is how I'm walking on the street. I think you're very mistaken. Why don't you make such a video and see the reaction?
All right. Another comment?
No more. I mean, there are a lot of
150 comments, though.
Right.
Like scroll. Take no.
Just the replies.
He just was scrolling through the replies of one comment. Thanks for the variety, fuckface.
Wait. It's
Hey, please, guys, please ruin my night. Were there still like noise interference?
No. I forgot to tell you. Somebody said it's okay. Nothing. 'Cause you're the star of the show.
I want to thank Jesus Christ, my mama. It took a day. I'm so glad. Fuck, it was weighing on me. That comment. What is that comment? Just read me something.
The mere fact that you can come up with an unorganized random rant and call it a podcast makes a perfect point for why it is so easy to be a man on this society.
Go on.
You both have no expectations. By the way, your audio quality sucks. Thank you. It is true.
Oh no. Well, go fuck yourself, lady. Like I said.
Wait. It's not enough. It's not ended. Okay, sucks. And I won't even mention your awful pronunciation because I'm kind. Take ownership for taking advantage of a society that has opened many doors for you just for being a man. You talk about societal pressures of being a man. Sure, that is the other side of the spectrum. But do you constantly have to navigate sexual harassment, domestic abuse, or even harassment at work? Yes.
No, not really. But we have other side disadvantages that are not reflected in the same environment, but in other ways, and they weigh on us as much, right?
Do you get paid less than women? Do you get trafficked?
I've definitely gotten paid less than women because I didn't know how to fucking negotiate. And I'm sorry that's a psychological trait perpetuated by society, like you go say, men and women, right? But statistically, girls negotiate worse, and that's why the salary interval is the same, but it's up to you to negotiate when it comes to the interview, to how you present yourself and how much confidence you have in the value you bring to your future employer and how you present that to him, right? So if and listen, my girl works in HR, and I have like my finger dipped in the water. Sometimes, like, more girls than men don't value themselves as much. So then you'll negotiate your salary lower, but that's not the patriarchy or whatever the fuck. That's on you to negotiate, to convince me as your employer, or some other woman or something like your employer that you're worth that money, because the company isn't there to give you the most money you want. It's there to give you the less, to extract productivity, right? So the less money for best work you can give. So you negotiate. That's on you, ladies. Stop, not if you don't have to be nice to everybody. If you're 20, I get it. You're in this bubble little, kind of like existence. Enjoy it. But learn to, more things will be brought to your life by saying no than yes. You understand? And it's not just for your employers, for your friends, for your family, when it, comes to time to, be transparent and tell them who you are, so you don't hide until they're 50, 50, and until they're old and you're 50, and then there's no connection there because you just projected this image they want to see. You always need to learn to say no. You know what I mean? No, I don't want this. No, that comes with training. Could you guys believe it? I was a shy personality. I think a lot of people in this industry start from that. So I jumped in the other extreme to face my fear, right? And I ended up loving it. And now I can see not blabbering even to like 1,000 people, right? It feels like I'm connected to the world because we're so disconnected anyway, right? So yeah.
By the way, did you know that Romania is, I don't know if it's in Europe or the entire world, is the country with the fewest pay gaps between men and women? Did you know that?
Who is?
Romania is the
Our country?
Yeah.
Whatever. We
I
have an
didn't know that.
international audience, finally, right? And if we're consistent, I'm sure it'll grow. I'm not saying the problem disappeared. If you're to ask me, nationality, the worst part of the world, nationality is popping up in every country. We talked about this in the last years too, right? Before Trump. But yeah, that's what people do. They raise their borders. The media is filtered through them. Even the shows, right? You can't see the, what was it called? The Amazing Race. They buy the license. They make it for, they cut off the English, they put Romanian dubs, so they kind of isolate you so they can resell you the same stuff because you don't know any better. You train your youngs to not know English, so they will only learn redone stuff from America through an audience that doesn't know where it comes from. So, and this is one of my prior things, trying not to do it. I probably done it, but most of Romanian YouTube, at least, get out of here. Didn't Shelley, when he was a kid, one of the sketches that kind of blew him up was things that Google say, right? It was that sketch made by College Humor. If Google were a guy, and then like a few months later, he came up with that in blue. So yeah, it's happening all over the world. This isolation, this nationalism, right? What was the question again?
It was a long comment.
Yeah, I don't know where I fucking started it from, but yeah, that lady obviously had some venom in her. She can suck a dick. I mean that in the most unpleasant way. I hope she doesn't enjoy it. 'Cause if you're in the mood to suck a dick, if you're in the mood to have some pussy on your
Suck
face,
a chode.
I don't know what that is. Don't turn me into
Like
a
a very
hipster.
small dick. Like I think it's the medical problem.
Oh, like a chort.
I think so.
Okay,
I'm just finding synonyms.
all right.
I love this comment. You are two of the most immature men I've ever had the
Oh,
misfortune.
is this the one I replied to?
Misfortune of listening to.
This is one of the first comments, and I think I replied to.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I? So what was the comment again? You are one of the most immature women.
Immature men I've ever had the misfortune of listening to.
And I think I replied with, be real man, they said, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like yet another but again, fuck this girl. Maybe she's young, maybe she's stupid. It's not my purpose to convince her if she wasn't convinced already, or maybe I wasn't clear enough. Maybe this will clear it up. But yeah, it's like anything we consider important to us, if it's not relevant to you, we're suddenly immature. I've seen this with, you'll see it now because you're closing in on this age, 25, right? It starts with kind of like 25-year-old girls where if you're in a relationship and you don't want to move in yet or something, or then you're immature. Then you don't want to take the next step, or maybe you don't what the fuck are you talking about? We're young. I don't want to do it yet. Maybe I can't afford it yet. Maybe if I do, I think it's not going to be it's not going to be, I can have 1,000 reasons. No, I don't want to yet. But then you're immature, right? Because you were supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to impose yourself in front of that girl and tell her this, you're not ready yet, then you end up in the other part that nobody allows you to complain with, right? So our issues, if they're not relevant to you, what, you can't take a punch, or you babies, be real, man. like our the things we struggle to suddenly are it's irrelevant, right? They're nothings that we can handle it because yes, every day somebody comes at my door, gives me a huge bag of money and sucks my balls. That's my everyday, ladies. How do you start your day? With whips on your fucking back? Oof, too bad. Mine is with a bag of money and two dipped balls. Fuck out of here. It's hard for all of us. Now you can animate and the making of like my mood meter just going down. I felt the blood pressure. I'm trying to keep positive. No, lady, it's for all of us. But if you're gonna come at it like this, fine, be an asshole, right? Whatever, can change everybody's mind. Maybe it's an old lady that you can't change. Maybe it was a lady that was maybe in a toxic relationship, like maybe beaten or maybe not abused, psychologically abused. Maybe she tried, right? And then she's like 50 now and she finally broke away and she understood all the things that be missing. And now she has this misguided, amplified hate towards anything that comes around femininity and she spilled it on us. So let's not try not to judge.
Empathy.
I don't know. I'm just finding situations. I mean, I can definitely see the women's part, right? I'm just saying there's so many women who take advantage of. Like we have the world at our feet. How many women don't gain things through looks, dog, through looks? You think that doesn't burn us when we see somebody promoted because our boss is a horn dog and this girl is okay doing her job, but she has those tits out every day and suddenly she got a promotion and you didn't. No, you don't trip on a bag of money when you go home and you don't have money to pay your rent and you're also trying to keep a vlog in 2013 with no sponsors, right? You don't trip on that fucking bag of money. You go in and you're like, fuck, doesn't seem pink to me. Seems pretty gray. And I'm sure it feels the same way for other girls. But I don't know. I feel for you. I'm just saying if we complain, we're yelled at. Come on, cottonmouth fuck. Stop yelling. Stop swearing. Sorry.
Oh my god. Where do you come from? Are you alien? Yes, a few episodes ago. You don't get it right. P.S. You should fix your microphone first. True. Did it. Winning. Movie.
Listen, dog, like the first 3 fucking things I said before we started that React podcast was like the mic might be broken and we tried to fix it. Don't even like latch onto these. This is like the things girls do, like one of those maybe one of those bipolar girls our buddy was mentioning in the comments, right? Then if she's like that, she's gonna like say the harshest fucking thing she can think of just to get a reaction out of you, because maybe you didn't address exactly what she wants, but you're both too immature to kind of go that place, or maybe oblivious, right, to how to handle it, and then she just lashes out by saying the worst fucking thing. And if you stoop down and say the worst fucking thing to her, then it's I would advise, if there's still true love and passion and it's just a lack of communication, choking her against this padded wall, kissing her, like putting her against the wall with a firm hand on her, kissing her, and see where it goes. Like, baby, are you gonna scratch me or the right way or the wrong way right now? Like, calm down. Right. I think I'm horny. That's why I'm going towards sex. I like to think it could be resolved with passion between.
I just realized I had a reaction to I think I'm horny that it will look very good on the edited version.
All right.
I was like,
how about we'll read some of those comments. I'm wondering how much time we have. I think we had about 2 hours, right?
No, not 2 hours. We had like 1 and 10 minutes. No, we had like no, we had 1 and 10 minutes, or we have 10 minutes more.
Listen, fucker,
we have 10 minutes more
on the card.
Yeah,
go check the card, fuckface. I'm gonna go. I'm stupid and I probably see the wrong number. Be smart for both of us, please, and check it so we don't cut out. 1 hour more. Somebody checked it right. All right, so we still have time to chat, people, if you're into it. Um, read some of the comments that people say. Let's talk to the people watching too. Well, in between these comments, because they keep repeating themselves, and you read the same thread for fucking 15 minutes.
Should we get back to the guy that came up with some more information about the breakup and girl and blah, blah?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a sec. Okay. Okay. So they're both 20. She had a hard childhood and she was happy with me, but I knew she'd fall apart at some point. Why are you self-sabotaging? She was needy, but in the loving way. Okay. Bipolar, aka not making anything but work, eat and sleep in her pants without any enjoyment for weeks. That's not bipolar. Did you watch? Oh, no, that's something else. Okay, so that was the information.
Both 20.
Workaholic, needy in a nice way.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with. You got to watch out, guys, for hurt girls. And I don't mean leave them or something like that, but
ditch them.
Yeah, you have to beware because they can be energy pits, and men are like this too. Like there's a lot of men like this too. This is no men versus women thing, but women, there's a lot of women who it's not they make you feel like it's in a cute way until they drain you, and at a certain point when they realize you know all their tricks and all of their little bad. I said manipulation gets a bad rap as a word, but manipulatory things that peek out. Once you know all of this, then you don't present. She knows you know, so then she's kind of like off to the next person she can suck the life out of. And I know maybe it sounds like, oh, you're exaggerating, but there are girls like this, and they do have issues. And if you're not at the right state of mind, and being both 20, I don't think you are, to get that the right way, and also to make the sacrifice, right? Then it can feel pretty flattering at first. It can feel like
you have the power, you know.
Yeah, you rescue her every turn, and she's grateful, and I'm sure she does all the dirty things you want because of that, right? But you have to be aware of that. What I did is always what I tried to do. Let's not be a fucking hypocrite. Is I tried to saw what the fuck I was doing wrong and trying to improve myself while showing her, right? Like, the gym is the most go-to example, but we can do this with other things too: interests, hobbies, skills, whatever the hell, right? And I would try to draw her into those, right? And I would check to see if she still found excuses to go back to her loops. And once, I didn't know this in the beginning, that's why I was in a 4-year relationship, right? From 20 to 24, and then some toxicity afterwards too. But then after you recognize this type of pattern of woman, right, then you should stay clear of that, because if they don't learn any lessons and then they can't pep themselves off to see, then she's in love with being the victim, and that can be caused by some childhood trauma where all she could do is play the victim. If she was in this house, right, that was very like venomous and maybe very strict, I don't want to say religious, maybe, right, then they can, or maybe traditional, not religious necessarily, but they have these traditions, something like, you know, like you have to respect. Maybe was her only survival mechanism, and that's what's on default on her hard drive, right? So if she has the strong will, or you're willing to pull the energy, if you think it's worth it, even if you don't, you just don't do things with this girl. If you get back to her, like, don't do it for the sake of I'll build her into a perfect woman and then I can take her. Do it for, this is another human being right now. I'm telling, you know, I want to help. If it's going to lead to another year of relationship, 5 years, lifetime, or maybe even, that's another talk I have with that girl, but it's honest, and I'm trying to see what the fucking problem is. uh, even if it ends, you did it for another human being, and you should be pleased with that. The hate you keep as a man in your balls, you can jerk off with a little bit of hate every now and then it's over. But once you grow, you should be the thing you should have for most of the partners you pick is I hope she's okay. You know what I mean? After the hate is gone and you kind of grow and you see your own mistakes, you realize the girls weren't perfect. The best thing you can have is like, I hope I see this person on the street and she's smiling. That's the best way to break up, even if it's venomous, right? But and if you have some hate, like I said, distribute it towards your balls, right? Like I had this joke, right, with jerk off to the closest porn actress that looks like her, or has the little tick, like maybe the little tooth that gives you a little bit of impression, maybe, right? Get that out of your system. Try not to project it on other women, or just play. You hold all the cards. Just don't throw them at the wall. Once you get all the kind of like patterns, and you feel like you lived some, right, men and women. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck. What else are the people saying?
Take your dick, left cheek, right cheek. Yeah, and he was asking if he should go back to her or try to make it work.
I don't know. It depends on what you want too, I guess. All of what I just said being said, it depends on what you want. As long as you're aware, because you have to lead by example with women, dude. That's how you become irresistible to them if that's your goal. But how you do it is you fucking tell her, but you also have to tell yourself first, or else you'll become nothing worse than the worst part of women too, where you want it for a reason of validation for yourself because you like to be the rescuer, and then you'll take some beatings, physical or emotional, sucking out of energy for her, and maybe she's not worth it, but you're gonna keep through because you're already too attached, and you're gonna develop this hatred, like I wasted all these years for you and all these fucking things, and you don't want that. So if you're not ready for the possibility of that, and considering both of you are 20s, my dude, I would say no. But now, I don't know. It depends on what you want. It depends on how she is, and it depends also on what your dick dictates. So I'm talking to the other part of you. What do you like? You like her just being completely humble, and you can tear her apart and tell her all the dirty things you couldn't tell the girl you were trying to fuck, but she was not, she may be the dork or whatever the hell, and you couldn't, right? And you can tell this girl because you feel like you earned it because you're saving her every time. It's easy to fall in love with that. Just be careful. I would suggest, no. I would suggest have fun. You're still in your 20s. Focus on trying to put on some bricks to your knowledge whilst you're wasting the time and having fun, right? Because there'll be a time to not have fun at all. Or let's just say very planned fun. Because I think as you grow, you got more shit on your head. Planning is key, right? Not necessarily the most romantic thing, but you can spruce it up as long as,
I'm fighting that plan thing.
That's all right. You don't have to. You're 20, what are you, 3 now?
Yeah, but it's like slowly getting into that.
Nah, it's okay. You'll be good.
Of course.
Anus.
Relax it. When are we going to see the podcast with Romania?
Oh shit, yeah. Dude, we have I would say let's put it on Patreon. I might have to fly to LA. I might have to fly to LA in March.
Cash brag.
And it needs to be no, it's not cash, like it's you mean because I'm bragging?
Yeah,
casual bragging. All right. Yeah, I have to go it's with work. No, it's I wish it was for fun. But it needs to be re-edited, and we'll put it on Patreon. Let's hope in let's put it next week on Patreon, and then after about another week, I say we make it live on YouTube too. So Patreon 1 week, it's me, Bromania. I would like to have Bro here, to talk in English, but we'll see. We'll see if he's still in reach for me. Sergio Floraya, which I like, said he would be willing to do a spot guest, and of course we also have the also recorded podcast with our friend Gabriel Macridan, who's one of our biggest Patreons, right? But not because of that. It's just because he's a cool guy and like a fucking IT genius that works in AI. And that's a very fascinating one too. But the sound is not very good because it was the second time our mixer burned. So yeah, we'll put him. Paul, please take a note because I'll forget. I have too many funny fucking things this week.
Facial recognition.
Magic. What else? Let's read some more comments. Actually, I want some opinions. Are there any boys, girls? I like to hear from a girl.
Wait a sec, I will note and then after.
Why aren't you two people, Paul?
I am. Just can't see it. I am energetically slapping you. Wait,
I'm energetically blocking that shit.
Ooh.
Because I had fucking 6 hours of sleep and I'm feeling good still.
Okay.
I still pop a modafinil every now and again, like a quarter. I found out that a quarter is my go-to dose. So if you give me like 6 hours of sleep and a modafinil in the morning, we're talking productivity, baby. Oh wait, maybe a joint to bring me down to earth at evening.
Bring it down to earth, but not too much so that he can speak coherently.
No, I didn't do it today.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Okay, we have a reaction to. Do you want reactions to like the Be a Lady comments or
whatever you think? Like
we don't have any more comments.
Okay.
Why I still hear you thinking that?
Did you give out the same sigh I give out when I have to read shit? Because it's so hard.
No, because
go ahead.
Why I still hear you thinking that Be a Lady is women versus men thing. Part of the video was about what society expects of a woman.
Yeah, watch our edited video. You can find it on our channel. It was posted. Was it last night or the day before last night?
A day before last night, I think.
Yeah, whatever. Like a couple of days ago. It's called Men React to Men versus Women. And see the edited version and see what you think. Because I know you don't hear those parts, but like I said, even the shot with the fucking like breaking his neck and all this, there's a lot of cook his dinner stuff like that. There's a lot of valid points, and I would never, like I said, I never take that from that clip. But it's also made in a way that it makes direct references consecutively to like men. Yeah, they're part of the problem, but we have the equivalent of that. Watch the edited version because I give examples too, and Paul and me try to edit that as relevantly as possible without wasting your time. So give that a chance. Take into consideration what I said in this podcast, and if you still think I'm tripping on a bag of money or something in the beginning in the morning, or that life is not hard for me just because I'll tell you my advantages. One of my real advantages, I was born white, and I don't carry none of that.
Too white, some say.
Too white. The sun, the creams say, because they can't handle it. SPF 50, forget about it. Doesn't matter. I'll burn to a crisp. But yeah, I don't give a fuck, dog. My black friends live in other countries, and I never had an issue with racism, but I definitely had some advantages from that. And so if you're a white lady complaining, shut the fuck up and raise a glass for the black surgeon doctors out there, right? Women. The black women who are surgeon doctors, like raise a glass for those girls because they had it hard. You had privileges too, even if you didn't use them, right? So I would say my skin color. I would say my full head of hair. Let's not pretend that doesn't affect men and their confidence. I would say all the education my family was able to provide at the expense of their sanity and work, and maybe not spending enough time before they were gone, right? I will never take that for granted, having education. Definitely my height. I'm not very tall, but I am 6 feet, so 1.83 meters. Paul, I would want to say like about 6'2", 187.
Exactly 6. Yeah,
Yeah. So
1.92.
92. Sorry, I'm bad with converting, but yeah, that was an advantage too, right? They're real tangible advantages, but nobody gives me a prize, and no matter how good I look, tits pay more. Like you can use tits instantly, you can use face instantly. I can display my confidence and gain my trust in society by proving it. It's not always easy for us either. That being said, like always, I love you fucking. Even if the girls, some pretty girls don't get enough fucking rap because people take them at face value. They're just pretty. So they must be stupid or they must have used their advantages. So let's give it up for those bitches who were pretty, but they tried their best. Those girls have advantages too, right? But as long as they didn't lead with that and try to grow, they're more into more than that. Love you, bitches. Keep at it, right? Like, no disrespect.
Beauty can get the door open, but the people may see not what you want them to see. I was trying to be deep.
Wise words. Butchered.
I started good, but then I felt myself like, oh, I'm going down.
Which one is the trip button?
The green one.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah. What else?
No more new comments.
All right. We're 1.5 hours, and I say another 15 minutes should be good. Or do you want to end it right? Do you guys want to end it? I mean, I guess a lack of response would be yes, right? So
don't want it to be too long to bore them.
No, you don't want it to be too long because you have to edit all this shit and you spend forever on it into episodes.
That sound is killing me.
What sound, dude? The tripping. Don't push it again.
I think
all right, let's read some more of the comments. Let's do it under 15 minutes. And please stay off threads this time. See variety. Because I like that you found a comment that was not vitriol, like that a girl actually, and a girl who doesn't know my content said it so nicely. Like it makes me want to be good to the next woman. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Just because women are speaking out about their contradicting expectation doesn't invalidate the pressures many men feel. This could be a valid point of view.
Of course. But again, we get to, but we can complain. But we can complain. If we made first Be a Man, they said, I'm sure it wouldn't have had as much likes as Be a Lady, they said. And if you act like that's bullshit, then that's bullshit. Right? I'm not invalidating anything. Go ahead.
You are accused below the average. No doubt about that.
Oh, shit. And going. Just turn on Asia Express on the TV and it'll be in the minus. You know what's funny about admitting you're stupid? Then you can be stupid freely, and that gives you a positive feedback loop where you're less stupid. You know what I mean?
Whoa. Yes, men have issues they have to deal with for sure. For sure. But that's not the point of this video. And it's definitely not directed.
Oh, really? Was that not the point of the video? I didn't notice.
That's so good. But that's not the point of this video, and it's definitely not directed towards men solely. But
stop pressing that.
But
it's annoying. Or turn it down.
But at society as a whole, these are words and advice that have. Whoa! I just opened the entire comment.
Let me skim through it.
Okay.
So it's me reading. Here we go, guys. Goddamn. These are words and advice that have been ongoing for centuries to help women protect themselves against predators, whoever that may be.
I will just
Yeah, you don't have any more predators, you understand? Like, if I make an effort to not hit you, then you can hit me. And like you saw on the Johnny Depp case, the judge won't side with me. He lost all his movies up until now when he was re-signed since 2017. Not that he was, poor. I'm just saying the weight of knowing that you're toxic for each other. And if you see the Johnny Depp episode, also on the channel, you'll see that I wasn't unfair. Like, I didn't call him a saint or some shit. I'm just saying they were toxic for each other. And he made the call to break it up. And usually in a codependent relationship, at least one, if not the other, when one tries to walk away, the other will try to come here, like typical signs of like that chick, right? I'm just saying they were bad for each other, but the world believed her, right? Help me, Paul, because I fucked up.
Oh my God, technology.
There we go.
Magic.
Hang in there, people. We're doing this. Cosmin me too. Reading. Here we go. Women help protect themselves against predators. Yeah, you don't have any more predators in modernized countries. That's bullshit. You have predators. You'll always have that weighing on you. But like, you have guys being creeps and dicks, and it is like Joe Rogan said, like, it is fucking surreal if you put yourself. I try to do it a lot in the hand in the feet of a woman, like just how scared she is day to day. Imagine 2-meter tall men walking around being 30% as powerful as you, at least on default, right?
Yeah.
And then they all have maybe an intention to fuck you, like, but not all. Like, most of them don't pursue it, but there is a chance there is one. So I never fucking. This is. But the other side of men, we're trying to keep you protected from that, right? But I can't do nothing about it. That's not my fault. It's their education. There are women who kill men in their sleep. They had some bad fucking issues, right? As long as nowadays, at least in equal society, I don't think it's that as hard as it used to be, right? So predators, yeah. If I'm a good guy, then that allows. If you smack me, I can't say shit. I can only hold you down and lick you, right, fellas? We talked about this. You apparently think predator is equated to men. Why is that? It hurts my brain when close-minded people take a stage and word vomit a bunch of ridiculous shit in reference to things they have obviously never dealt with and likely won't ever deal with. You won't deal with mine either, honey. You won't deal with a prettier girl taking my job just because she pulled her tits out. And maybe you have big tits and you think you're equal as girls, like in this unfairness, right? Have you ever not had a girlfriend who leaned too much on her tits, or maybe had tits, or maybe you're too short, or maybe you don't like your face, or maybe, right? I have the equivalent of those two. Whatever. If I didn't convince you, obviously you can only see it from your side of the court, and that lack of empathy makes me shut down and not give a fuck about what you think. Let's see what you think. Why is that? It hurts, blah, blah, blah. It hurts my brain. Should reference to things that we've never dealt with. Fuck, I always forget. How do I know I haven't?
Reading with Cosman.
How do I know you haven't dealt with these issues? Because of the words you are saying and your stance you are taking. Anybody who has dealt with this stuff would never, that's capitalized, never say this video is bullshit. Why? Is it absolute truth kind of thing? I disagree. You're pissing on freedom of speech again. I don't even like. Okay. Not only have I been told these things by not just women or men solely, but a mix starting at a young age. But I've also been preyed on, assaulted, groped, chased, stalked, spoken very inappropriately, and asked for sexual favors, all unprovoked and unwanted. I get it. And besides the assault, I feel for you if you've actually been assaulted, of course, and groped. It's disgusting. But prey, I've been preyed on a lot of times. I made a little bit of money. I had a little bit of fame, maybe in Romania. Oh, the girls, the predators started coming. You might not predate in the same way we do, but you're predators too, or you have the ability to be predators. All of us have. So if you think you don't have and like I said, sexual favors. I've been predated, but assuming that I would buy a drink. Sexual favors you've been asked. I've been asked for drinks. How many times have you bought drinks, dude? Like a couple of times for me, and once a gay guy, and once
Never.
he realized I told
Or
him
maybe once.
he was barking at the wrong tree. He just literally enjoy that. I saw the bartender pour it. I wouldn't have taken it as a fucking drink. Yeah, I get you can't go back to violence. I'm not a violent man. You understand? And my father fucking hit me and told me you're not man enough. You're not. You're nothing. You'll never be nothing. You never achieve anything. But what did I do? I used that as fuel to prove him wrong. And when I was of age to kind of see his perspective and kind of learn about his past, the hate, and he got old right before he died. The hate went away for him, and I forgave him for a lot of things. But that doesn't mean I don't learn from his mistakes too, right? Jesus fucking Christ, you're the only ones. Like, of course, I'm expected to shut the fuck up. I won't shut the fuck up. This is my channel. Go fuck yourself. If you don't agree with it, close the video. Or don't. Or bitch. I'm going to read it. Think you change more minds, then good. Then there are more minds who agree with you. Whatever. Just watching this video fills me with anxiety because it digs up, if it fills you with anxiety because it chops too close to some truths. That's why. That you're not willing to accept. I'm willing to accept the hardships of women, man. And we should put protecting, right? I took punches for girls, like I said in the episode, right? So if I were to statistically take the average woman in a modernized country, not these fucking backwoods, right, of countries with religion and all this, I took quite a lot of punches. I'm no fucking hero, right? But I took at least I put myself in a position to taking punches, and you'll never have to deal with that because it's on me. So you're yelling at the wrong fucking tree, right? But I get it. You're projecting, and I get it. Just what Asha. It strikes a nerve, and if you don't have that response, you have no right to speak in that matter. Thank you. Have a seat. Shut up, they said. Don't speak, they said. Right? Keep your mouth shut, they said. Right? Why? Why do you mind? If you think I'm that stupid, why did it annoy you so much, lady? I could tell you to fuck off, but don't fuck off. Just relax. It's if I'm stupid, you do nothing more than to. I hope most girls who commented on this video realize if you're commenting here with hate, you're just helping me. So if you were truly wise, you wouldn't even have written this maybe a bit toxic comment, or maybe just your opinion. I don't think it was that toxic. It was snarky. It's all right. I like snarky. I think that's about it with the comments. We have another 4 minutes left on the clock. So anything else you guys want to say related to this or not? I still don't think like we're in focus. Last fucking episode, this dude fucking
chill.
I had to sharpen the fuck out of everything because the background is in focus and we were blurry. Did you check the focus, Paul? Yes, I did.
I did. But you just did the focus. when you watch the screen, it seems like you're not in focus. When so.
All right.
Nobody's writing anything.
All right. Well, then we should wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope if you haven't seen the video, you will see it. Wait a few months till we get budget and we can be a man. If somebody does it, I don't give a fuck. We'll do it better, right? Unless they have a $50,000 euro budget or something, then we can.
Then
we'll use our 63 on Patreon to buy a like constellation cake and be like, yeah, we have issues too. But if not, it'll take us a few months. But when it will come out, I hope the long-term fans will already know that it will be the shit. It will be minty, crisp, to the point, and hopefully funny. I am at ROMERCIAL on Instagram. Paul is at Paul Dovan. Thank you for tuning in once again, and we will see you next week, 8 p.m. GMT +2. Have a lovely evening.
See ya. Peace.
Peace.